Check. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with the presentation of the next group from Stevania Wanggai, Elor, and Yules Pulalo with project title Young People Interest in Purchasing New Fashion Clothes with, with assessor from Sagu Foundation, Mr. Brian Unani, Mr. Sonai Morin, and Mr. Piche Genuni, and and the guest assessor. For the group, the place is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to presentation. To kick off this presentation, I would like to thank all you guys who are coming here and those who are following this meeting via Zoom. Before we're going further, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Yules Pulalo.
My name is Stevania Wanggai.
And I am Elisa Soor.
And the topics on today's occasion is about youth interest on selecting clothes. Next. As you can see, sorry, can you go back? Yes. As you can see on the screen, they are the contents that we will be talking about. And then we separate them, we divided them into 7 following methods. And if you don't mind, I would like to ask you a question. If you have a change and have a good amount of money and go to the clothes shop, what trend would you prefer the most? Which is the old trend or the latest trend? Uh, all right. Thank you. Thank you for answering this question. Therefore, the intention of this research is to determine young people's interest in purchasing new fashioned clothes. The method that we use is quantitative data, and the main tools is Google Form. After to create the question, and we share all of them through Instagram and WhatsApp. In total, we've got 75 respondents. By separate them to several areas in Papua, like Jayapura and Timika, even outside of Papua, like in Manado and Jakarta. Next. All right. By looking at the age from 75 people, the most respondent were 19 to 21 years old, with and lead the other. Surprisingly, female take a lead with 76.3%. Does it mean men do not have interest in fashion? Anyway, as I mentioned before, the main focus is for young people, and so it is about 63 of them are students, and 7 people are workers, and the rest of it are which is studying while working. And then we will move to the next slide, and it will be explained by my friend Stefania.
Thank you, Yules. And now I will explain about the fashion style and also the type of clothes. But before we going further, let me show you some different fashion styles, which is very famous in this era. As you can see on the screen, there are 6 different fashion style. And I have one question for all of you. Based on these pictures, what fashion style do you prefer to wear? Okay, thank you. That's very interesting. And next, and now we move to the fashion style and the type of clothes. As you can see on the screen, we divided into the fashion style and type of clothes. In the left side of the slide, you can see the fashion style pie chart, which is the majority of young people. They tend to wear a vintage style. it's same as all of mostly of your opinion, and it's accounted for 31.9%, and it's followed by the sports, casual, street, chic, and preppy style at at the least proportion of this pie chart. And move to the type of clothes. As you can see on the screen, we divide it into 4 categories, which is t-shirt, shirt, dress, and hoodie. And majority of our respondents, they prefer to wear t-shirt, which is accounted for 44.8%, and it's followed by hoodie, shirt, dress, and the dress as the least proportion, which is accounted only 4%. And next, yeah. Move to the price. Um, Talk about the price. If we want to buy new clothes, we many of us maybe must have many consideration, right? Maybe from the price or the quality of the clothes. And this is based on our survey. We divided into 3 ranges of price, which is from the affordable, moderate, and pricey. Mostly of our respondent, they say that the the clothes in this era is still in the moderate price, which is not really expensive and not really cheap. And move to the interest of the clothes. We divide into 3 ranges, which is no, any kind of clothes, original clothes, and second-hand clothes. And the most preferable is any kind of clothes which is sweet in their body, which is we collect about 53 people, and it's followed by original clothes, which is 17 people, and the list is second-hand clothes, which is 4 people. And the next presentation will be presented by my friend Elisa.
All right, thank you, Stefania. Now we move to fashion trend. Here we divide into 2 trends, old trend and then the latest trend. And for your information, this is the open. This is an open question, So they are not. It is not compulsory for them to fill this question. And in total of 37 people who fill this form, 26 of them choose all trend because of its comfortability and then the attractiveness, while only 11 people who choose latest trend because of its attractiveness and not even for its comfortability. And next we move to the trend. In this part, I'm sorry, here I'll provide you with some pictures to visualize about the old trend and the latest trend. Then we move to the brand. In this part, we ask our respondents about the most trending brands nowadays, and we also ask them to choose what type of brands that they like. So on your left side, the pie chart describes about their opinion about the most trending brands these days. So as you can see, H&M and Erigo has the highest number, with H&M as the highest, which accounted for 32%, and followed by Erigo with 28%. In contrast, Nevada and Celsius are the least with 6.7%, and for Celsius for 4%. And then on your right side, there is a pie chart that describes young people preference when they being asked to choose one of them. So as you can see, this is very interesting because on the left side, Erigo has highest number, but on the right side, it only has a small amount, which accounted for 5%, while H&M still have the great amount with 34.7%. And the reason why it can be happen like that, because when it comes to wear the clothes, young people they said that Erigo is not appropriate and not as comfortable as others. So yeah, that is why Ergo have a small amount. Now, and we have arrived at the end of our presentation. We provide you with the summary of our presentation. So vintage and t-shirts are the primary fashion styles and clothing types. And the majority of our respondents preferred clothes with moderate price. And the most favorable and trending brand of clothes is H&M. And all trend is chosen due to its comfortability. With that being said, this is the end of our presentation. Thank you for paying attention. If you have any question, please feel free to ask.
Okay, now we are moved to a quick Q&A session. At the first time, I will give time for our guest assessor, Ms. Indah Meitasari and Mr. Francisco Samosir from International Internship. Please give your opinion about the presentation. Thank you.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Maybe
Who's
who's
going
first in the or me?
No worries, I can do first.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. That's interesting topic, especially for me because previously I work in fashion industry. So your topic presentation today is quite interesting for me. I noticed two things that I want to mention. The first one is when you do the presentation, you ask the question to the audience, which is good because for me, I think like interaction is one of the important thing when you do the presentation. And then the second one is the slide is quite interesting as well, especially when you give some of example of fashion styles. So you can give the picture about what the fashion styles that you talk about. So yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, next is me. Hello, everyone. I think same with Inda. I'm very. It is nice to see your slide and presentation. I just want to ask someone, what are the factors for the youngsters in purchasing new fashion items? Because just only like only one things that I recognize. I just want to know more about what are the factors. Is there any more factors for the youngsters in purchasing new fashion items?
There are some factors that contribute to thank you for your questions. Let me answer. And for there are some factors that contribute to that affect young people to buy or purchasing new clothes, such as the quality and the comfortability of the clothes. Perhaps them are likely to make clothes maybe from the quality and the materials of the clothes, and also from the price. It's also contribute maybe for if the price is still moderate or cheap, they mostly like to buy it. And um, and if the price is still expensive, maybe some of them are unable to buy the clothes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for guest assessor. Now we move to our tutors. Any other question or feedback?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. They are born in Jakarta and they study in Manado, and also my friends from Jakarta.
what clothes they prefer to choose. Mostly our Papuan brothers, they usually wear clothes. They copy from the rappers in US. And Manado people, I don't know what they copy or they have their own style. So I think when you
Thank you, Mr. Son. From any other tutors?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. First of all, your topic is very interesting because everyone were excited when you talking about fashion, and they were like, and when you try to make an interaction, everyone just give their expressions to respond your question. But maybe I will focus on the way you deliver your presentation. First of all, is about your introduction. When you start to asking people questions, do you which fashion you like, and everyone just give their response and you just let them go. You don't give any feedback like, oh, for me, like you just every time you give people question and people interact, then you just leave for the next slides, which is it is not really good when you build an interaction then you just let it go begitu. So in bahasa dia said you copy HP orang-orang begitu. And another one is your outline. For me, yeah, thank you, Emma. It's quite long for you in a presentation when you see outline, and I will expect this is going to be a very long presentation. Maybe in making outline, you just classify some items into one. As an example, like price, fashion, and brand, you can just, or maybe we're talking about trend. So in trend, you can talking about the price, you can the trend and the brand, you can talk about it. But in outline like this is very long. Okay. Also, yeah, that's it. And another one is when you guys doing a group presentation, please avoid okay, the next slide will be explained by my friend, because you do the introduction in the first place. So I just imagine when you ask your friends to do the next presentation, I just imagine when I working in the forest and there are many small river. Every time I want to go to the small river, I have a bridge and bridge and bridge. You can imagine, like many bridges in the small rivers. So every time you do the group presentation, it's better to just your friends give the microphone or just let them go with the next presentation. You don't have to reintroduce your friends to kind of give them a chance to do the next presentation. And yeah, thank you for the topics.
Thank you very much for feedback, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Vice. Mr. Brian? Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for your presentation. Excellent work. You may sit.